Okay, we will start. Om. 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् Ramachandran ji,
Yes.
verse 8.
Okay. I will start chanting all the verses. Then I'll go to verse 8. And then
Sure.
There is an invocation verse, first verse in the book. So I'll chant with that. Pratasmarami hridi samspuradatma tattvam satchit sukham paramahamsa gatim turiyam yat swapna jagara shushuptima vaiti nityam tad brahma nishkalmaham nacha bhuta sangha. Atma Bodha verse 1. Tapobhikshina shantanam vitaraginam mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma Bodho vidiyate bodho na sadhanebhyo hi sakshan mokshaika sadhanam pakasya vannivajnanam विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्म न विद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या विद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्गवत् परिच्छिन्न इवाज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापाये अंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यात् साद्विनिर्मलम् कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसारस्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादिसङ्कुलः स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सद्भवेत् तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति शुक्तिकारजतं यथा यावन्न्यायते ब्रह्मा सर्वाधिष्ठानमद्वयम् उपादानेऽखिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान् यान्ति बुद्बुधानीव वारिणि सच्चिदात्मन्युनुस्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तयो विविधाः सर्वाः आटके कटकादिवत्. 1 second, sorry. Hello, I'll speak to you a little later, Sudarshan. Okay, I'm in a meeting. I'll finish off the meeting and speak to you. Okay? Okay, okay. Sorry. सच्चिदात्मन्युनुस्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तयो विविधाः सर्वाः हाटके कटकादिवत् यथाकाशो ऋषिकेशो नानोपाधिगतो विभुः तद्भेदाद्भिन्नवद्भाति तन्नाशे केवलो भवेत् नानोपाधिवशादेव जातिवर्णाश्रमादयः आत्मन्यारोपितास्तो ये रसवर्णादिभेदवत् पञ्चीकृतमहाभूत सम्भवं कर्म सञ्चितं शरीरं सुखदुःखानां भोगाय तनुमुच्यते पञ्चप्राणमनो बुद्धि दशेन्द्रियसमन्वितम् अपञ्चीकृतभूतोत्थं सूक्ष्माङ्गं भोगसाधनम् अनाद्यविद्या निर्वाच्य कारणोपाधिरुच्यते उपाधित्रितयादन्या आत्मानम् अवधारयेत् पञ्चकोशादियोगेन तत्तन्मय इव स्थितः शुद्धात्मनीलवस्त्राधि योगेन स्फटिको यथा वपुस्तुषादिभिः कोशैः युक्तं युक्त्या वघाततः आत्मानमन्तरं शुद्धं विविच्यात् तण्डुलं यथा सदा सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा न सर्वत्रावभासते बुद्धौ एव अभासेत स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत् देहेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः प्रकृतिभ्यो विलक्षणं तद्वृत्तिसाक्षिणां विद्यात् आत्मानं राजवत्सदा व्यापृतेष्विन्द्रियेष्वात्मा व्यापारी वा विवेकिनां दृश्यते भ्रेषु धावत्सु dhavanniva yatha shashihi. Now I'll go to verse 8, on which we'll have a small discussion. उपादाने खिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान् यान्ति बुद्बुधानीव वारिणि. What this verse is basically trying to tell us or indicate is, like bubbles in water, the world, the universe as created by the supreme self, the worlds rise, it exists, and then it dissolves into the supreme self, which is the material. Supreme self here is the material cause. He is a part of that, like, in the case of a pot, let us take clay. Clay is the material cause, and pot is also part of it. So the support and the self, supreme self, is the main sustainer. He is supporting the whole creation, sustenance, and the dissolution of the whole universe. So here, Vupadane means particularly the material cause is the basis for creating this, the complete universe. Akhila Dhare, which is also the one which is supporting the whole creation of the universe. And Jaganti means the whole universe as we see. It includes the physical universe. It includes our experiences. It includes all tangible, intangible things which we are able to visualize. Entire thing is the complete universe, and that is all a part of the supreme being, Parameshwara. And the second line, what it says is Sarga Sthiti Layan. That means Sarga means basically a creation, Sthiti means which is able to sustain in that, and Laya means destruction. The entire creation, Sthiti and Laya, everything gets into the supreme being. He is responsibly, he is creating it, he is sustaining it, and he is dissolving the whole thing. That is what is meant by sargasthiti layan yanti budbudani va varini. It's a beautiful simile. What is Adi Shankaracharya is able to explain is, like bubbles in water. To enable it to understand, he is comparing, he's putting a simile, comparing the universe to water bubbles. Just like water bubbles raise in the water, it is able to sustain because of the water, and it also gets ultimately merged and dissolves into the water. So it doesn't have, it has a transient time, a temporary phase wherein it separately appears to exist separately, but it is not so. That is only a maya, what we are able to see. All the entities, what we are transient entities, all the finite entities, what we are able to see is all a creation of the universe. It's all like maya, that what we are able to see. But ultimately, once you come out of the maya, then you can see that everything is part of the whole universe, and then that is a supreme being. This has got a beautiful resonance with Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Say, let us say in Srimad Bhagavatam, the very first verse, which is chanted as a Mangala Stotra, is something which invokes this. This is a very, very important uh, verse in Atma Bodha, and it finds a lot of resonance in both Bhagavad Gita as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is one of the holiest of our books. What it says is Janmadhyasya yaton vayadi tarta Janmadhyasya yaton vayadi tar itarascha charteshva vignyaswarat tene brahma hridaya adi kavaye मुह्यन्ति यत्सुरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषाः दान दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. So what it basically tells everyone as a Mangala Stok, what we are supposed to invoke is, in this I am Dhimahi, in Satyam, in this truth, I am always in that Param Satyam. I'll be always thinking about it. I'll be meditating upon it. We meditate upon the supreme truth, that is Satyam Param Dhimahi, from which the creation, the sustenance, and dissolution of the universe, everything arises. Janmadhyasya yatan vayaha. That is from where everything is coming out, and who the supreme self, who is both directly and indirectly, is aware of all the manifestations. That is anvayad itaratasya charteshu abhijnanah, and who has imparted the Vedic knowledge to that original sage, that is Adi Kavi. See, Adi Kavi is Brahma, and what he says is, many sages and saints in this universe who have come subsequently have never been able to understand the greatness of this Adi Kavi, Brahma. It is to Brahma you have given the entire Vedic knowledge, and you are so supreme that Brahma itself we have not been able to understand, but to whom you have been the mainspring of information and knowledge. Okay, they have all been bewildered, in whom even the greatest sages are all bewildered. Mahyanti yat suryaha. So that means all these things, even the greatest sages have been in wonderstruck by your this thing, uh, greatness. So that is what this first stanza. So this essentially what it says is, the supreme being is the repository, is the main sustainer, creator, and it is responsible for the entire universe, and ultimately everything gets merged into the supreme being. That is what it says. Bhagavad Gita also, it has similar things in verses. I think we can it verses in 7.4 to 7.7. It says the same phenomena, it says the same thing, the whole thing in Bhagavad Gita also. We can discuss in some other time, because time constraints. I would like to end with this comparison and say that this is what the essence of it.
Very nice Manana, Ramachandranji. Connections with other scriptures and everything. Sure, it's just a good Manana. So overall, if you look at the Atma Bodha book, it starts initially with avidya. It says there is ignorance. And then ignorance of three things. Ignorance of the individual, of the Jagat, and of God. Ignorance of three things. And we don't know, we don't have the knowledge, so we are ignorant. Only knowledge can dispel any ignorance. We don't come with knowledge. We don't know what is the self, what is the individual, what is the Jagat, what is the God. And the knowledge is that Kataka nut which settles down the ignorance to bring clarity in all three. And then ultimately you know that all three is nothing but the Atman only, Brahman only. There is no three, that there is only one. And that one is what is appearing as the individual and appearing as the Jagat. But it is all only one self. Like the space. Around me there is only space. But that space is appearing as a table, as a laptop, as a cupboard, as a door, as a wall. It is actually space, which is appearing as if I break away the wall, what remains? Space. When the wall goes, what remains is space. This wall is temporary. The table is temporary, but the space is always there. Like that, the conscious is taking multiple forms. And so, if you see Atma Bodha, it's after a point. Now, what since for the past 6, 7 verses, it is pointing us to the Atman, telling us what the Atman is, what is this self, step by step, telling we see the Panchakosha, but it is beyond the Panchakosha. It is not moving. Even though it appears to be moving, it never moves. It is giving us pointers to point to and understand what is this self within. So we can be in touch with that. The mind is moving. Is that me? No. It is the movement of the mind. What is the Atma Bodha saying? We take it as our, what do you say? Vedavak, they say, no? Like the authority. So, what are all the things we have learnt about the Atman so far? Very quickly.
That it is
Hmm.
it's a basic truth. It is a permanent, ever present, ever living, and then it never this thing gets does not. It's a part of everything, but it is not that itself.
Yes. Avyaya.
Everything else is in it is present in that supreme self. But from the supreme self, all transient objects come, all finite things come, but it is infinite.
Correct. So, it is Avyaya. That is, like it is like that. Whatever you are describing is like uh, that Purnamada, Purnamidam. It is Purnam at
Yeah.
all point in time. Everything comes from it, everything goes. Even when everything is there, it is Purnam. Even when something goes away, it is still Purnam.
Yes, yes, correct, correct. Of
Correct?
course. Yes.
Beautiful.
I think Nochur Swami had mentioned in his Bhagavad Gita book also, zero. Zero is the complete number, and then he has singled out two numbers. Today I was reading it in this
0
connection:
and 8.
0 and 8, 0 and 8, and
Everything 1, 2, 3, 4 have a beginning and an end, but 0 and 8 are looping.
correct, correct.
Constantly, you can keep looping, looping, never ending.
I
0
think
is nothingness,
this is a
8 is
beautiful.
infinity. Yes, in
Yeah.
our Vyasa Aushadam.
Yeah, yeah. So, and a lot of
I think
insights are there in this. I was reading that, and this particular stanza he explains in 7.4 and to 7.7, which is finding an echo, which has got a lot of relevance to this particular stone stanza.
from the 0, you
Uh,
make an 8.
correct, correct,
The
correct.
infinity appears from the 0. The moment you leave the 8, say you
Yes,
take, he writes it like that. If
yes,
you have a gasket, it is
yeah.
like a 0. You
Correct.
turn it to an 8.
Yes, yes, correct, correct,
The
correct.
moment you leave it, it will become a 0.
Yes, very correct, very correct, correct. He has mentioned that.
Isn't it? So
Yes.
that 0 and 8,
Hmm.
infinity. If you turn the 8, it is nothing but infinity.
Yes, yes, correct,
So
correct,
these both are whole numbers.
correct. To make eight, you need to put an effort. But the moment you leave that effort, it becomes
No
zero.
effort, it is nothingness.
No required. So just give off the effort of doing something. Automatically, you will be part of that supreme self. That is beautifully, nicely, yes, explained.
Stop putting efforts.
Yes,
Too
stop
much
putting it.
effort.
Correct, correct, correct.
Initially, you have to put efforts to be in him.
Yes, yes, correct,
Stop putting too much effort in the world. In the world, what has to happen? It will automatically happen when you are in the self.
correct. Very correct.
Because even that is there. Our in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, we work because of our triguna. We are thinking I am the doer. But if you watch myself in the morning, maybe there will be one moment when there is a very strong rajasic nature. I'll get that shloka out. Give me. Uh, ha. Hold on, I'm here only. So everything, it says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram api mam vidya kartaram avyayam. According to the three modes of material nature, all work is ascribed. So I am thinking I am doing, but there will be some time. Now I feel tired. I will not be able to work. Even if I want to work, when it is time to sleep, I will not be able to work, even if I want to work. Because that time the tamoguna is predominant.
Yes.
So, and then say sometime in a day there is, I feel more rajasic. There is the rajasic element is higher in me. That time things will come up. This, I should do this should do it, let me do this, let me do that. All that is happening. But I ascribe it as though I am the doer. It is the rajas that is playing, rajas of me, my prakriti, that is playing a role at that time and things are happening. And there are times of the day when I feel most sattvic, when I do meditation, when I do, then it will be happening very smoothly. When that sattva element is high, I say, oh, today I meditated very well. But no. So that is what, according to the three modes of material nature, and the work is ascribed and done. There is one more which is even more specific. I will send it. So all of these, the Prakriti is taking care of, don't have a sense of doership. That is, he will be very specific. Krishna will be very specific. So it is all being done by Prakriti, and man is foolish enough to think he is the doer. I'm not sure which shloka it is, but I will send it across. It is there. Okay, so whatever is happening, Prakriti's three modes is working. Oh, right now looks like the rajas is, that is why I'm able to work very strongly. Right now I'm not able to do anything. So the tamoguna is higher. So, and I am gunatita, beyond all of this. The self is beyond all of this. So all this is being pointed out continuously to us. If you see, we are constantly identified with the 5 sheets, our panchakosha, saying, I am tall, I am short, I am in pain, I am like this, I am fat, I am thin, or I'm caught with my mind, my prana, all of those 5 sheets. I am identified with them. That is wrong association. Who am I? I am that which is beyond that. And then he goes on to describe the Atman. The Atman is shining through everything. It is the one which is revealing even the mind to us. It is the one which is even revealing the body to us. Without the mind, without the self, there is no awareness of the mind or the body. So the mind or the body to us has no existence without the self. But we go outward. It is this self which is revealing the body and the mind, but we are thinking the world is real and the self is something separate. But in reality, only because of this awareness, this consciousness, am I even aware of this body and the mind, whatever is happening, and then able to work in the world. So the Atman is like the king, sitting on the throne of the senses, the mind, the intellect, and everything, just trying to give a little bit of to have a context of the flow of how it is being taken. We are reading one verse after another to just bring a flow to the whole thing. So then, now it says, the Atman appears to move in the 19th shloka verse. That is what we said. Atman, it seems like I am moving. I say I am thinking, I am feeling, I am walking, I am doing all those things. But I do not do anything. It is the mind which does the thinking. It is the mind which does the feeling. It is the body which is doing the walking. But all of this is revealed to us through The awareness. The awareness, hence, is not doing anything, but it appears as though it is doing because it is revealing everything to us. Is this a play of words? Is this clear? It appears as though it is doing because only in its light am I able to experience everything.
The awareness manifests as a self, that finite self, and we feel it's the self which is experiencing, self which is doing it. So all these
The
things.
small I, the ego, the non-self, we say self and non-self. When the higher self identifies as the body mind equipments and says, I am the body, I am walking, I am thinking, then that becomes an identification with the non-self, and then we are that becomes the ego part. That becomes the ego part. Otherwise, it is the higher self. When I know that whatever is, it is the body, the mind, and everything, and all this is being revealed by the self only to me. And that body, mind, whatever it is happening, it is happening according to a larger law. Yata drishti tata srishti. There is a power in the self. What I should see, what I should hear, what I should consume, what I should talk, with general awareness as I watch it. If I don't know if you all, I should show that video. Double slit experiment. I'll probably show the video right now.
Yeah, I think once you showed it to
No,
us,
I
I think.
can't show it on YouTube. Okay. Yes, Divya.
You had mentioned it in class once.
Yeah. So in the double slit experiment, they show that an electron behave. They think electron is a matter, but it is behaving like a wave. Okay. And then they see that when there is an observer kept, that observer again makes the electron behave like a matter. So the moment, I'll say this again, I'll explain it in a little more detail. They throw like balls, they throw through a hole. When those balls, and these are painted balls. So then they have a screen on the other side. When the balls are being thrown, on the other side, some dots are formed according to the ball's trajectory, because it is paint, right? It is there. So when they throw single balls, it is making a straight line. It is making one line when it is going. And then they put water through light. Then what it does, it behaves like a wave and many lines appear on the screen. Now they shoot electrons. When they shoot the electrons, they are thinking it will behave like the ball, which is matter. But the electrons, they start behaving like waves, multiple lines. But when an observer is kept, somebody is watching, then it creates a single line again. It appears, it acts like a matter at that point in time. So what happens is, that is what is dhyayato vishyan punsaha sangasteshu upajayate. When I start becoming aware of something, then that manifests. When I become caught with it, so if my awareness is important. If I am aware that my mind is going in this direction, what I am consuming, what I am taking. When I become aware of that, then automatically there is a thing of this is, you are, if you become aware that you are using the phone, you will automatically keep it down. The moment you become aware, oh, I have been using the phone for too long, I will keep it down. That action comes from that awareness,
When
from
you become
being an
conscious.
observer. Huh?
You become conscious of it.
We become conscious of it. And we then, or some actions, I'm doing a cooking. And when I'm in absolute concentration in it, once some thought will come up. Let me try adding one ginger to this today. Okay, when I'm doing something with absolute concentration, that thought comes up and it happens. So I'm not the doer at all in that sense. When I observe, whatever needs to happen is happening on its own. Then I am not the doer. So my only thing is to be that observer, to be in that awareness, to be conscious of every single action that I am taking. That is why when Nochur Swamigal had come to our farm, that was the first time I had seen. Swamijis, they don't eat in front of everybody. We had to put food in small containers. He sat in a room, we had to keep it there, we had to keep the plate, and he would eat, because eating is we are consuming Prakriti Mata. It is such an important, he does not want a single distraction at that point in time when he's eating. Very important. Eating is given so much importance. He has to sit there and he is eating, and when he is eating, is complete concentration on the chewing and all the senses and the flavors and everything becoming one with that food, which is going to become one, because this Annamaya Kosha, that food is actually assimilating and this body is growing. That is why when we were a child, it was you are growing because of the Annam. If the Annam was not given enough, there will be stunted growth. In a way. So that Annam is actually becoming that body. So awareness of every single flavor and being with that is so important, because when that assimilation is happening, the assimilation of everything around is also happening with it. That is why you should not watch TV while you are eating. You should not talk negative things when you are cooking. Because it's like water. We have seen that experiment, no? This Masaru Emoto's. When we are cooking, we should be singing bhajans, telling some shlokas, whatever you can, or being absolute concentration, if that's the best, if you can do that. Otherwise, shlokas, chanting, do whatever, because that food is going to now nourish everybody. So the state of mind of the person who is cooking is very important. The state of the mind while you're eating is very important. That absolute concentration and what you're absorbing is very important. It's very subtle. What we are receiving into our subconscious, and it is not only, mind is not here, mind is there in the whole body. Every cream, everything that I'm putting, it is a consumption. The skin is, we think only the mouth is eating, even the skin is absorbing everything, it's taking everything in. So what you won't eat through your mouth, you should not put on your skin. Because that is another form of eating. It is taking in completely. So I use only almond oil, regular weekly oil bath. So every step, once you get, how much we can do, we become aware, and in our process, what sticks with us, we stay with it. So I think I diversified, but just some thoughts that were coming in. Right? So what is happening is the self is there, the Prakriti is absorbing everything. This body is Prakriti. When it goes and decays, it is going to go back into Prakriti. So how we nourish this body becomes a service to Mother Earth. When it decays, what should go back? It becomes that kind of a service to Mother Earth, what we feed this body. But in all of this, that awareness, when it is there, the knowledge is coming constantly. As we gain the knowledge, the awareness guides us. What we become aware of becomes important. So be having that constant concentration on whatever we are doing, one thing at a time. I shouldn't be doing this and my mind is somewhere else. No. What I'm doing, be with that. Multiprocessing, we are very proud of. Not needed. On the spiritual journey. As a Rajasic person who is working, maybe it is okay. But when we get on to the spiritual journey and are looking for reducing our vasanas, then that single-minded concentration becomes very essential. We'll go to verse 20. It's a short one. Divya. Okay, I will chant it and then Divya, please unmute. आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य
आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य
मनोघियः
आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य देहेन्द्रिय
मनोधियः
मनोधियः देहेन्द्रिय मनोधियः
स्वकीयार्थेषु वर्तन्ते
स्वकी. No, this is not kri.
No, it's only I.
No, that's written.
Swakiyarthe, you're reading the English one, is it?
No, the
yeah.
Sanskrit one also has
Swakriyartheshu.
Swakriyartheshu vartante. That's
Kriya,
what it's written. Yeah, it is written. Sanskrit version is also there is that.
Okay, my book is probably older. Okay.
Ma'am, can you see? I don't know.
No, that's okay. In my book, it's not like that, but that's okay. Swakriyartheshu vartante.
Swakriyartheshu vartante.
Yeah, that is correct because it is kriya, activities. Okay.
Swakriyartheshu vartante.
Suryalokam yatha janaha.
Suryalokam yatha janaha. सूर्यालोकं यथा जनाः आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य देहेन्द्रियमनोधियः स्वक्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्ते सूर्यालोकं यथा जनाः.
Okay. Please read the translation.
One sec. Atma Chaitanyam, self which is of the nature of consciousness, Ashrityah, depending upon, Dehendriya Manodhiyah, body, senses, mind and intellect, Swakriyartheshu, in their respective activities, Vartante, engage, Surya Lokam, light of the sun, Yatha, just as, Janaha, people. Depending upon the Atman, which is of the nature of consciousness, the body, senses, mind, and intellect engage themselves in their respective activities, just as men work depending upon the light of the sun. Should I continue?
Okay.
Should I continue?
Yeah, please go ahead and read the whole thing.
Okay. All the equipments, body, mind, and intellect function in their own definite sphere, and each one of them depends entirely upon the power, the Atma Chaitanya, which by its mere presence kindles life in matter and makes it look as though sentient. The power of electricity is one, but its fields of operation are different. Without electricity, even if we all have the bulbs and switches in their proper places, we do not get any manifestations. Likewise, without the enlivening Atman, no activity is possible in this world. Without its grace, the entire created world of objects would be dead, inert matter devoid of life. It is the Atman, the self, which makes up the life and all. At once dynamic, gay, energetic, and beaming with attraction. Although in itself the self is not affected by the things and happenings of the life, which it illuminates in its shining divine presence. Very nice. Shall I continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. The illustration here is that of the various activities that start with the rising of the sun in the east. Whatever be the thoughts and actions of an individual who faces the day, the sun which illumines the earth is not affected by the happiness or sorrow of those who are in this world. It simply illumines whatever part of the globe that comes before its power of illumination. So that at the touch of the illumining
true.
glory of the self, the Atma Chaitanya, the outer world of activities is vitalized. The self never gets mixed up with anything which it vitalizes. Whatever be the situation which the sun is illumining, some bleeding war or some boiling tar, the sun neither gets red nor black. The sunlight need never get boiled up with the prevailing sense of hate or heat. Right?
How beautiful, isn't it? So there's the story of a imaginary shackle that's coming to my mind. There is a donkey. And there's a washerman who is taking this donkey. So basically, what is the shloka telling? Let me come from that and then relate it to the donkey story. The Supreme Being, like the sun, is only shining in everything. Everything that is happening, it is happening in its light, but it is unaffected by it. That is completely unaffected by it. So, if there is a notion that I am affected by it, that is a false notion. That is a false notion. So, it is very clearly telling I'm not affected by it at all. The self, I am putting it as the individual, because yata brahmande tata pindande. We have to understand this pindanda. When we understand this pindanda, we will understand the Brahman. So, as this pindanda, that self is never affected by anything. So, if I think, now we take this as the Vedavak, as the authority. So, I am saying now, if I feel like I am affected, then I am going against the Vedas. I am going against the Upanishad, which means against the knowledge of the Upanishad, which means I am ignorant. In my ignorance, I think that, but now that I am reading the Upanishads, I know. But now that knowledge, they say knowing is jnana, vijnana is when it becomes nididhyasana. It becomes you. Like without thinking, you start acting in that. So the donkey story is like that. Two stories, I will tell. The donkey, washerman will take the donkey every day with a big clothes bag. He'll take it to the river. And that river he will wash he will first go there, he'll tie the donkey with a rope to its leg, tie it around the tree. And then he will go and wash the clothes. And then he'll come back, he will untie the donkey, put the clothes on. After drying, he will wash, he'll dry, end of the day, then they will go back. This is the regular ritual. One day he walks with the donkey. And then after almost reaching the place, he realizes, oh, I forgot to bring the rope to tie the donkey. What will I do now? What if how will I wash the clothes? And when I go to wash the clothes, the donkey may run away somewhere. If I don't tie it, what do I do? So he reaches that place and he's just thinking, what do I do? He's thinking, should I go back? But if I go back, I have come so far, I can't go back again. And he comes to that place. There he's just thinking, wondering what to do. Then a wise man walks by. He says, what are you doing? What are you thinking? He says, no, I forgot to bring the rope and tie him, so I don't know what to do. He says, don't worry, you act like you're tying the donkey. Okay, so he does the same movement of tying it around the tree, and he goes. After that, he goes, he's washing the clothes. As he's washing the clothes, he's looking every second what happened to that. Is the donkey there? The donkey is nicely standing there only and eating the grass, grazing the grass. After some time, he feels, okay, this is okay. And he comes back and he sees that the donkey is right there. Now he pulls the donkey and he tries to take it away. It's not refusing to come. And he's like, what is this donkey? Why is it not coming? Why is it not coming? Then the wise man comes that way again. And he says, what is the problem? He says, no, he's not coming now. The donkey is not coming. So then he says, but you've not untied him. That's why he's not coming. He says, but there's no rope at all. But he doesn't know that. So then he goes and acts like he is untying. Then the donkey starts walking. Like that, that association with the non-self, the body and the mind, the feelings, the thoughts, the actions, the perceptions, association with all this is a shackle. That rope for that is my likes and dislikes. The imaginary rope. I associate through likes and dislikes, attachment, the expectations. And all of this are my imaginary shackles through which I bind this self to the world. But it's only an imaginary shackle. There's no real shackle. So, know that it is imaginary. So here, like that, so the self is free in reality. The self is free in reality. There is no shackle. But like that donkey, we think there is a shackle and we start getting. So always one very good shloka I was given by a great being. It's called Muruganar. Always say, I am Nitya Mukta Atma. I am Nitya Shuddha Atma. Whatever imperfections I see, whatever impurities I see, is a part of the non-self. But I am is a part of the mind, it is a part of the body which is governed by the Triguna of Prakriti. Rajas, Sattva and Tamas. So the sloka I got, it is shloka is 3.27, chapter 3, verse 27 in Bhagavad Gita. Prakrite kriyamānāni gunai karmāni sarvashah ahankara vimūdhatma kartahamiti manyate. What it says is, in fact, all actions are being performed by the modes of Prakriti. Modes of Prakriti are Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. The fool whose mind is deluded by egoism thinks, I am the doer. Because the self does not do anything. It is the Prakriti's Triguna according to it. Like I said, no, at night, even if I want to, I can't do anything. I'll be so tired. There is so much, so high a tamas. And sometimes when in Rajas mode, I want to do this thing, meditation, it will not happen. In the Rajas, whatever is Rajasic, that will happen. When the time, so we have to watch in a day. What is the time? Observe. This is the best time. This is Rajas. Don't fight it. Because that is the mode. It is the time to be Rajasic for you. For me, early morning is Rajas. So I have to write down the things of the day and then I'll sit down for meditation. I'll be fine. Afternoon, 3 o'clock, best time for meditation for me. I can sit for 1 hour, 2 hours, no disturbance. Early morning, I need chanting. Because if I am sitting quietly, what should be done for the day will come up for me. So we observe our day and accordingly schedule. What is the time for me that is this, like that. Somebody raised their hand. Divya, no?
I know, I was just asking how we have, it's different for you. How you said you have to observe and find out for yourself.
You have to observe your own patterns. Every day you observe. Don't fight your Prakriti. Don't fight your Prakriti. I want it at this time and it is not happening, so I'm not at all able to. Observe and see what is the right time for it. There will be a right time, good time. And then sit with that every time. Any other thoughts that are coming from this? The self never gets mixed up with anything which it vitalizes. Whatever it is shining upon, so understand, even if in colloquial terms, I have to sometimes say, if I can't use, so now in colloquial terms, we say, even when we are saying that clarity should be there that I am not the doer. I am not the doer. Everything that is happening because of the modes of Prakriti, as it is needed, as it is supposed to happen. Through the vitalizing that is coming from the self. So things are just happening. It's not, the fan never says, I am giving air to everybody. Like that, you just do your function as we all do our functions as we need to. You will see the I rise. Absolute settling will be there in the self when you're in his abode. But when the I rises, you will feel it like a wave coming up. If you observe very subtle, you will feel that rise. It's not absolutely still. There is a rise. And then you observe it, it will go back again and fall. If you get caught with it, it will keep going. The wave will become huger, bigger and bigger. It's like hawa dena. It's like adding ghee to fuel. It's like that. It will keep growing for a while and it will take longer to come back. It will eventually have to come back, but it will take longer, which means I am away from the self longer. But if I am in the self, how do I act? Some may think. It will happen. Every now and then, we just have to sit down, 5 minutes break, and just settle. Sort of running, at least 3 times a day, then at least once in 1 hour. When you don't have anything to do, don't pick up the phone. Keep some time for the phone. Only then I'll pick it up and see. No, nothing will happen if I don't see the phone every second. I will keep it in the room. Because that will give us a chance to sit with ourselves. The phone is taking away the chance for us to sit with ourselves. The moment I sit, I have to pick that up. That too, that scrolling thing. No? You cannot sit with yourself. Constantly giving food. Digestion is constantly happening. No energy. Energy is being expelled unnecessarily. Yes, Sunita ji.
It has become a way for running away from ourselves.
Yes.
Because we can't face ourselves. Because we don't know.
What is boredom? I am bored with myself. I don't like my own company. How will somebody else like my company?
What I am calling as me, that is not I in the first place. So this phone has become a handy in
There is
running
no
away from.
creativity, because only when you sit down with yourself, the creativity, there is chance for the buddhi to work. The happening is not happening at all now. If you understand what I'm saying, the happening that should come from the powering of the self is not happening right now. I'm constantly looking at something and thinking I should be like this, I should do like this, maybe I should do so many messages. You eat this for good health, you eat that for good hair, you eat this for good skin, whatever, and then I'll end up doing all of these things. So I am looking again. It is all about what I am seeing, what I am hearing. I am caught with my senses.
True.
I'm not giving time to sit with myself. So leave the phone. Keep it once in the morning. I do it 3 times a day. After I finish my this around 8:30, I see it once, and then again 11:30 I sit. From 11:30 to 1:30, that is my working time. So at that time I'll keep, and then I'll keep it away. And then again in the evening at 5 o'clock I will check it once, and 5 or 6 or so, depending upon my classes or something like that. And so I will check it. If it is there, it should not be there next to me. If it is there next to me, I'll have a tendency to pick it up. So, like one landline phone, keep it in the room. Go to it and take it. See what is there. Yes, Divya.
Remember, he said, Lord Krishna said, now, whatever is happening is because of the play of the Trigunas. But, I mean, then I know it, it is happening. But then how do we develop confidence? When I look at my life, yeah, I didn't do anything. Everything just happened, I feel. But then I feel it is because of my lack of confidence. Is it?
What is not confident?
Huh? What,
Who
ma'am?
is not confident?
There's nothing, there's no answer for that. When I looked at who.
So when you say, I am not confident, who is not confident?
The second is mind body complex.
Mind-body complex. But when you're saying, I am not confident, that is an imaginary shackle with the mind-body. The mind is only playing games with us. That is when you go back to the Vedavak. What is the Vedavak saying? I am complete. Where is the question of lack of confidence in completion? So you tell yourself, that is the mind. It is a play of the mind. The mind is playing tricks with me. There is no lack of confidence in reality. I am complete. I am confident just the way I am. Do it like affirmations initially.
I don't want it to do as an ego boost. Then again, it is going to the ego.
That is also the mind telling you. See, the mind wants to keep control. It is telling, oh, if you say that, it is an ego boost. You are boasting. It is the mind which is telling you are boasting. Are you boasting? Talk from the space of knowledge. Let the buddhi act. Quieten the mind. Whatever knowledge you have got from here, that has gone into our subconscious. It enables our buddhi to sift between the right and the wrong, the real and the unreal, the truth and the untruth. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityoma amritam gamaya. So allow the buddhi to work, quieten the mind. We have been giving a lot of importance to this mind and believing the mind rather than believing the self. So now, unbelieve the mind. Consciously say, I know. That is not the truth. I am confident. The self is confident. The self is complete. The self is whole. Whatever Ramachandran said, Ramachandranji said about the nothingness, in the nothingness, I am complete. So go back to the self and feel the completeness.
It's Purnamadam, Purnamidam.
Purnat. And I will tell you, when we feel the lack of confidence, I am seeing that a lot with people who use the phone a lot or are on screen time a lot. That is happening, I believe, because you are caught more with the senses. You are caught more with the non-self. You see, the day you are using your screen more, you will feel low more. The day you do not use your screens more, you will feel very good. Try this as an experiment. Just try this. The more you are caught with your senses, the more you will lose confidence. To gain confidence, you have to go back to that self, which means sitting quietly. 5 minutes, then make it 10 minutes, then make it 15 minutes. This thing is open, whatever time you get, you have to sit with yourself. You have to start enjoying sitting with yourself. Initially, the mind will try to control. It will bring in all the kind of thoughts, but still say, I am not going to give up and I am going to go ahead. I am going to sit with myself, not going to let this mind take power or control me. I will take control. So, oh mind, don't even try. I am going to sit for some time. Just sit there. The more, this is what, the more my senses are, when the more we give in to our senses, the more we will feel the lack of confidence, the self-doubts, and everything. Try being with yourself and not with the senses. Has anybody else experienced this?
Mima.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
When we are more engaged with senses, I feel like very something low inside.
Yeah. You go to a marriage, strong sensory person. Everybody is wearing this dress, that dress. Everybody is telling, people are talking about others. So much, all of that. And the end of it, you will come back and you will have oh, that one is better, is it? They felt like this about me, is it? Did I say something like this? Did I not do that? Because the senses are very strongly engaged in such things. So that is why this satsang, they say. Satsang is very important, which means for some time we have to reduce our activities consciously. How much time I am there, how much I talk, how much I have to engage. All that I consciously try to take control. And right now, our biggest enemy, sensory stimulant, is the phone. What they call it, doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling. I am constantly doing something, not just on the screen. Even physical activity, a lot of.
Physical activity. Okay.
I feel sometimes to read this spiritual knowledge and all, this is also a kind of engaging mind.
That is why if you look at
That's
the
also
Nirvana Shatakam, after a point in time, you're listening, it becomes an entertainment.
exactly.
You're listening to this person, you're listening to that person, you're listening to this person, and you're thinking, okay, I'm in satsanga all. No, but you have to be with yourself at the end of the day.
Exactly. That's what going to give us the satisfaction. Otherwise,
Listening to somebody all the time and saying wah wah is another entertainment, even if you are listening to this kind of a scripture, the scriptural thing, without practicing it. It is just another form of entertainment. The only way to practice is being with yourself. Taking time off to be with yourself. I can have all the theory. No, that story is there. There is a boatman and there is one very big some great this thing. What do you say? He's an expert in scriptures. They are going in the boat. And then they are going in the boat, and this guy, that great, he's not a sage. I mean, sometimes I just lose words. He knows he's the master of
Pandita, we can
Pandit.
say.
Correct.
Pandita.
So Pandit, he's telling, do you know the Bhagavad Gita? The boatman said, no, I don't know Bhagavad Gita. And he says, after some time, he says, do you know the Upai? Oh, you have wasted quarter of your life without knowing the Bhagavad Gita. And he says, do you know the Upanishads? He says, no, I've not even heard about it. Oh, you have wasted half of your life like that. Then again he says, do you know all the Puranas, at least Puranas? He says, no, no, I don't know. You have wasted 3/4 of your life like this. Then that boatman asks him, sir, do you know how to swim? And he says, no, no, I don't know. Sir, your life only is not that. You will be, your whole life has been wasted now because you are not going to be alive. Like that, all theory and no practice will not bring any change in our life. That is why it says, no, in the Nirvana Shatakam, Mano Buddhya Hankara Chittani Naham. I am not the Manas, I am not the Buddhi. We will read that today. Okay, because that is we will read that and finish that. And it also says Naveda na yajnaha. And what are the two? Na mantro na mantro na charto na veda na yajnaha. So I am not even the Vedas. I am beyond the Vedas. You can't just keep holding on to saying I am the okay. If I am very troubled, I can go read 1 page or 2 pages until I settle down. You can use that as a crutch, but first I should know that I'm disturbed. No, for that I have to be with myself. I should know what it's. So being, the whole idea is about being with the self and being very happy. Embracing my aloneness. I cannot embrace my aloneness. I cannot embrace solitude without being with myself. Silence retreat, if we can organize in our form, if some of you come. Just to be silent. You can't write, you can't read, you can't talk, you can't do anything. I had gone to Vipassana and then I was in the silent retreat and then I was watching these ants at one time. One person comes from there. It was way back, about 11 years back. I had gone 11 or 12, 13 years back, something like that. And that person comes and says, why are you watching the ant? You're supposed to be with yourself. Even that watching that ant is an entertainment for my senses. Correct? I am thinking I'm being quiet, but even watching that ant is not being with myself. It is entertainment for my senses. Right? So I didn't realize that now I'm thinking. Sometimes that silence was so difficult. In my mind, I would be having conversation with one of my friends. And I was thinking it is very good. I am having scriptural conversations with this person. But in reality, I'm not being with myself. Again, I'm thinking, okay, I'm only having scriptural conversations with this. So again, it is a form of mind is looking for entertainment. It does not like to be quiet.
This I remember this Swami Sarvapriyananda quotes this. Mind tricks this way that I don't want to do anything. That this will say Atma Vichara. I can do that. That
I'm
will
only
trick
doing
like
Atma Vichara. Atma Vichara is not done by the mind. Atma Vichara is done by being the self, by being the Atman, by being quiet.
That's what he says. Keep quiet. You can't help me with that.
We think Vichara means mind has to do the thinking. No, Atma Vichara is being in the self, being in the, just settling in the abode and being there, just to be is Atma Vichara. Just to be. Who am I? The only Atma Vichara is who is thinking, go back to that thinking.
So no mind, then only we can be.
And then it will be that what the mind is doing, I may not even be observing. It is just happening. When I am doing some work, automatically the mind will know how to do it. But I am always the self. Doing, like a doctor, when he's doing the surgery, he's not thinking I should do this, he's just going to perform his action, right? Like that, it will just keep happening. Okay.
Ignoring the mind.
Let us ignore. Yes. Shut down the mind. Ignore the mind. Don't give it reality. The mind is tricking us into believing that it is, because it does not want to lose its relevance. It's like that story of John Nash. It's there in my first scuba dive. No, or it will be there in the second book. John Nash, that blind, the Nobel laureate for
Schizophrenic,
mathematics. He had schizophrenia. And without taking medication, he fought it. He had to fight the mind. He thought those people were real that he was seeing. He saw two characters. Because of his loneliness, his mind had kind of, projected those two, and he thought they were real. And then he realized that that little girl was never growing. The one of the projections was the little girl. And for 10 years, 15 years, she was the same size. That is when he realized that it is not real. And then he fights the mind. They are constantly coming and talking to him, and he goes on the road also, they come and talk to him, and he fights with them, and then he sees everybody is watching him fighting with some invisible. And he feels embarrassed, and his wife says, try again, we'll try again tomorrow. And he works, and he fights the mind so much that at the end of it, those two characters are standing on the side. He sees, but he sees them, but now he's in complete control. They don't disturb him because they are not now, he's no longer giving them importance. Like that mind which is throwing thoughts, making it feel as though it is real because it does not want to lose its relevance. We have to take control over my mind by ignoring it constantly. Then even whatever impurities are there, it will not bother us. We can be ourselves. With that, we will close the session. Anything? So this week, let us practice keeping the phone away, checking it only once or twice a week, or once or twice, whatever, twice or thrice a day, depending upon, I don't know how much, what you do, and keep it away and be more than anything else. That doesn't mean you are doing something. Take time to be with yourself and learn to enjoy your own company.
Ma'am, last week I practiced this. At the end of the day, you asked us to see how many times this I is coming.
Correct.
So it helped a lot. I found myself getting into the that.
And reminding yourself that I will be more aware. But just becoming aware, no, it will automatically start reducing.
Yeah.
Yes. That is very good. Very good. This practice, abhyasa vairagya. Practice is to be with the self. Vairagya is to let go of that which is tying me to it. Vairagya, let go. Om Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bad Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.